Hi!
Hi! Hello! I'm Edo. Hello? This is Edo. It's so crazy. No, what is the song?
I have no idea.
If you want to introduce also my mate, my soulmate, she is Emma.
Aww.
She is from England, from Essex. Hello everybody, I'm Edo. I am originally from Italy. I still speak Italian, but not really well.
I'm Emma. I'm originally from England and I still speak English. And no other languages very well.
Okay.
I think we've been cooked by the sun. Like, brain has stopped working. We are the founders of Tenerife Horse Rescue, and this is a really random video. I had that idea probably before I was born. So maybe my parents. They named me after a goat. And my second name is Greenfield, so we always said that we were going to have rescue animals and have a like a little farm and call it Greenfield's Farm. Then I moved to the only place that doesn't have any green fields, so we couldn't call it that. But I always sort of loosely planned, not to this scale. I didn't expect it to be like this. And then when I met him and told him my idea, he was as crazy as me. But you said, you're like, I want to retire onto a farm when I'm older. And I'm like, well, why do you want to wait till you're older? I was like, can we just do this now? I want to do this. And then, so, all right then.
And now she's telling me off that I work too much creating this farm, because then I want to retire here. But now she's telling me off. Like, I was really like a normal Italian kid. Until 12 years old, just a boy. Then after you start to see the girl. And then after, until at 20 I started to be entertaining her, but I never really knew what I want to do in my life. I always love nature, I always love animals, never had animals. I always love independence. But until 29, 30, that we start to talk about this, I never knew where was my goal, where was what it was supposed to do.
It was the total opposite. I had it planned from, I don't know, as soon as when I was a kid. I don't know, I didn't really have it planned like this, but I knew all I did when I was young was rescue animals out. I'd like found a frog or something and play with them. Like I've rescued a newt from the garden or rescued a rabbit from the side of the road, and everyone thought that it would be something that I would grow out of, and I didn't.
So yeah, my first experience with animals was not so good as yours, but something I have to change, because I'm one of them. I feel much more an animal than a human right now. So
I don't remember my first experience with horses. I think my neighbour, when I was my mum's neighbour when I was a baby, they had horses. And yes, they did. They put me on their little pony, and she said to my mum or something like, she's going to be a horse rider when she grows up or something. My mum's like, oh no, because she was concerned about me being with horses. She was always a bit nervous about them. And we didn't have the money when I was younger. So I first rode a horse when I think I was 14. Then I had to stop for health reasons for a long time. I didn't really get back into horses till I was 21 because I just didn't have the opportunity to do it. I always wanted to, but it was always there. It was always going to happen. Just animals in general, not specifically horses. Because my background is in animals and management, I went into animals and management side, and he has the languages and the manpower, and he went into the building and the sustainable side with you, so it just sort of naturally happened, which is really lucky. We have what I'm terrible at, he's good at, and what he's terrible at, I'm good at, so it really works. So that was just, we make a good team. I thought I'd work with animals.
when we started, it was like we had a dream. So it was like, yay!
But we didn't expect to be this big. We thought it was just going to be me, him, and a few rescue animals. We didn't expect it to just evolve so much because of the demand of animals that need rescuing. I expected we'd always have challenges making money. That I always expected. I mean, charities and new tourists, they struggle for making money, especially for horses. Like he said, the food doesn't exist on the island, so it's incredibly expensive. So I expected that challenge, and I knew paperwork would be hard, but not as hard. So I don't know, we jumped straight in and figure it out as we go along, sort of thing.
We didn't plan it before.
I expected to work with animals, but I don't really. I only work with the animals if they're sick, and then they need my experience. But generally, I'm managing the people, and did not expect. Someone said it to me recently, which is so cute. They said it's a human sanctuary too, and and because so many people come for different reasons, or because to reconnect with nature or change their life and stuff, and that's lovely. So I love working with that amount of people, but I do miss working with the animals, and it is incredibly hard managing 45, 50 volunteers.
When we started, we didn't neither thought that we were reaching the situation and the dimension that we have at the moment. We thought that we were just little and familiar and something that was just about our animals and have an easy life. What we done since then is completely changed, because we are not anymore thinking about our life. Is not anymore our thinker.
It's bigger than us now.
Is much bigger than us. Sad to say, but if tomorrow something happened to Edo, doesn't happen anything to the center, because
I think it might.
yeah, but doesn't have to, because the center is, as we say, the center is 400 animals and 40 people. So it's much more than two single person.
The last time we counted, it's well over 500 and around 50 people, just to let you know that even you're down on the numbers.
Sorry, I was...
even more.
I didn't do the update. We are animal center, center where the most, not the most, but a lot of horses and donkey. They need food that doesn't grow in this land. So we need the money to buy from Europe or from another place and make this hay, this food arrive on the island and arrive to us. So in some kind the money is still needed.
Basically it costs a hell of a lot of money to have this life.
Yep.
Actually, I don't think that's the biggest challenge at all, because I work in the office and I do the legal boring side of things, and it's legalities, which are without a doubt the most challenging things. You've got rules, you've got to do this. There's a really boring answer, sorry, but it's true, is that you need to follow this rule to do this, you need to paint it with this varnish to do this, you have to have this size this to do this, and you need this license to do this, and then you go to one person to do it and they say go to another person, which you go around in a circle back to that person who no one really knows the answer, and by the time you get to the right person they've changed the law. That is the hardest thing, and we are constantly fighting stupid legalities to make it possible. And we're the people trying to do the good thing, and we're the ones who can get in trouble for doing the good things. Somebody's got a dog that's being abandoned or beaten up or something, and then we can't get involved and take it because we'll be in trouble because we haven't got the legalities correct to take it from them, and then we get in trouble. For example, we had Pumbaa, and we risked being really in trouble because the government gave him to us because there was nowhere to put him, and then we were in trouble for having for having that type of pig. We're like, you gave him to us, and this doesn't fit in it. So it's ridiculous. That is the most challenging thing. My answer's not as fun as his, but it's the hardest thing. In Spain, although laws are changing and it's starting to get more about the animals, but currently there's not really a category to fit animal rescue in. So to register a farm, you either have to register as breeding or for eating.
Not to save.
Yeah.
You cannot keep animals as animals.
Yeah, that's on the tick boxes. We don't fit into anything because rescuing animals is
it's true.
Not in a box.
The most of the beginning was so complicated for us as well to open, to register and certificate ourselves, because we are not considered ganadero. I don't know in English. We don't produce anything because we don't produce milk, we don't produce meat, we don't. So they were like, but what are you doing? Well, we are a sanctuary. We are a center to save animals.
Doesn't really exist.
We cannot give you the certificate. The only thing that we could use is we produce poo.
Yeah.
We
tried that. We were going to register as producing compost, which actually legally, technically, we are. We're registered as a compost making place, factory. What's that called? Compost makers.
Makers. Yeah.
Think outside the box. Be prepared for the unexpected, and have thick skin. Be tough. It's not easy. I'll make it sound terrible. It's lonely. It takes every second of your hour. You're never going to sleep again. You get prematurely grey. and you have no life other than this. You never have any peace or privacy. It's incredibly hard and it sucks every bit of your life.
Well,
however, I
you
would
have a
never
free
do
shower.
anything else. Absolutely, it's the best thing ever. But be prepared for a good few years, 4, 5, 10 years of solid hard work, and it's meaningful and it's so worth it.
In easy way, if you like to have a routine, don't do it. If you like to be busy and always like have a new challenge and a new adventure, because as an adventure you have to always find new solution, do it. It's for you. It's something that doesn't make you sleep really well in the night, because every day you arrive.
No, it doesn't. It makes you stay awake at night going, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this.
But because she's an office person, I'm a builder person, so yeah, she cannot sleep. I sleep.
I sleep very well. I sleep a lot, but my dreams are like full of, oh, we got to move Pumbaa to do this. Oh, we got to write. And I have like my phone and I write lists in the middle of the night.
You see, and I wake up, I see the list, I start to do it in the night. I'm tired and I sleep well.
Lucky you. We probably need a little bit of a more work-life balance, because at the moment it's all day, every day on the computer, and it's stressful and hard work, and you in fact have been chasing us around for like 2 weeks to try and sit us down together to get this video, and it's impossible because we don't have time. So I would like to tone things back, but once we've sorted out the legalities and paid off for the new land, and then I think we can do things a bit slower, you know. But yeah, it's good. You don't really know what's going to happen. I have loose plans, and I know that I'm very much committed here, and we'll just, like, it evolved. We didn't plan it like this. We sort of knew we wanted to do something like this, and it evolved because more animals needed rescuing, and there was no one else on the island to do it. So we evolved into that, and we created the pattern with the sustainability and the freegan living to make that possible, and then taught ourselves how to. I didn't know how to turn a computer on when I started. I have no background in computers. I'm a farm girl. I had no idea, but I taught myself to do it because that's what needed. And I guess we'll just do what's needed and feels like the right thing to do. But surely we are here and we're committed. We've got all the new land now, so that is who knows how many years worth of work to do. Unless we find some really big person who wants to sponsor us, that would be amazing. And otherwise we're going to rely on us and volunteers and recycled material, which is going to take a long time.
This problem of the animals is not only in Tenerife, and surely it's not only in Spain, and it surely is not even only in Spain and Italy, but in a lot of places, because until now the society grew up with the idea that the animals are animals, so they are there for something.
It's changing though, laws are changing,
Laws are changing, but to change the humanity mind setup is gonna take much longer time.
Slow.
And in this meantime, you still see animals suffering abuse or neglecting. So sometimes they say that I'm not so much empathy, but I'm much more empathy for animals than for a human. Why? Because our animals doesn't have the same possibility that we have. We can talk, we can defend, not physically, but we can defend ourselves verbally. There is thousands of stuff that we can do it. An animal, not really. Animal need a voice. Animal need a representative.
World created now, yeah.
Because if you are not a human, you don't have the same right. This is not correct, but is how the world going right now. So time, every year we have more and more experience on how to do it, and as she say, our secret is being really recyclable. Like we recycle the 90% of anything that is passing in the finca, because the only thing that we don't recycle is the food for the horses and some tools that we have to buy for carry on building. But if not, everything is recycled.
And he means by that specifically just horses, because pretty much all the other animals comes from supermarket waste and stuff like that, or donations for people that come to visit and stuff like cat and dog food and things like this. But yeah, horses is the main thing, which is probably the main reason that there's not a lot of rescue for them in there, because they're so expensive here. But yeah, one day we'll figure that one out. But yeah, everything.
So
yeah, no idea what the future holds.
Yeah, no.
It's an exciting place to be, because it's just going to go in the right direction, though. Follow us on social media if you don't already. Oh, she's going to knock the table over. I mean, that sounds like a boring request, but bet you didn't know that even by watching our videos, you help us rescue animals like Sebastian, because we get paid directly from ads. So watching our videos, subscribing to our channel really, really helps animals. So sometimes if you think that you don't have financially able to help, actually you can, just by watching our videos and following our channel directly helps. That's look in his ear. And now we've got
And if you see an animal around, respect it. Respect it as if it was your friend. Respect it as it was a human being. And if you see that he's greeting for some help,
thank you.
try to give it them. They can just give you some love as a return.